Okay, do we have a Dawson? There he is. Hmm. Welcome. Guess who's back? Back again.
JD's back.
Tell your friends. Seriously, share this stream right now. We need more views. All right. Are we recording, Noah? Okay. So first off, great job, Dawson.
Thank you.
That was amazing. So tell me. Let's see. Where do we want to start? I think the beginning is a good place to start.
It's always a great place to start.
So how did you get into music?
Me and my family were cleaning out our garage, and I found some guitars that my sister had that were all hidden away, and I took them and I started playing.
Dang, just like that. So are you one of the people that you can just hear a song and then play it, or do you have to, read sheet music, watch a YouTube video?
To an extent, obviously, like sometimes you miss like a note here or there, but
Oh no, we're back. We're down.
all right, man down, man down.
Okay. I think we're good. We'll just keep going with it.
Sounds good. I'm down.
All right. So to rephrase the last question, you said you found a guitar and you started playing it. Do you have that musical ear, or is it something that takes a lot of effort?
I think to an extent, I kind of like just hear things and I like the way they sound or I don't like the way they sound. And then, yeah, I like listening to music. Sometimes I'll pick up on some things and notice that like this is what they're playing and I can kind of like see it in my head without, it's like a vision, I guess. And
Wait, you got to explain that a little more. How do you see music? Because I definitely don't.
Well-
Some people, when they hear certain notes, it's a color to them. It's not very common, but music is a visual thing. Do you have that?
No, I just like whenever you hear something for me, like you can kind of envision what it would look like from my perspective. Like hearing it, I'm like they're playing this. And
Oh, like where your hand is, like maybe on the guitar
yeah,
neck.
yeah, and that's kind of like the way I see it.
Dang, that's interesting. So how long ago was that? How long ago did you start playing?
Like 9 years, 8 years, something like that. Yeah.
That's a pretty good bit. So okay, let's talk about the songwriting process a little bit for you. Um, First off, do you like to play covers, or do you mostly stick to originals?
I like writing originals. I just feel like I can most of the time connect with them more. There are like some songs where obviously like they kind of hit you and they say what you are trying to say, the whole time. But for me, like just writing it out is kind of the best way for me to go about it.
Okay, that's interesting. So when you're gonna write a song, what do you do to get yourself in that mood, to get yourself ready to write?
Something happens to me and then I just let it all out. And then it's all in bits and pieces. And I usually start with like some sort of chords that I enjoy. And then I like if something resonates with me and I just focus on that and try and, bring that over into like a lyrical aspect.
So it's mostly experience driven then.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess if that's the case, you don't really have a lot of control over when you can write. Is it pretty dependent on maybe what's going on in
It's
your
a
life?
lot with like your mood for me, 'cause like there are some days where like it just comes to you naturally, and then other days like where you force it and you feel like it's forced, and so it's not coming out the way that you want it to.
Do you try to change the way that you live your life to put yourself in more situations that will encourage you to write?
Yes, I'm a reckless man.
Oh yeah, that's good. What experiences motivate you the most? Is it big events? Is it internal, observations?
It's a both, and also sometimes even like film or other music might make me think about something in a different way, and that allows me to kind of like explore a new avenue that is new to me.
So the new that's interesting. I'm gonna hit you with a hard question here.
Okay.
So get ready. So what do you bring? What do you bring to the music world that's not already there? What makes Dawson Dawson?
Um, well, I don't know if I wouldn't say it's not already there, but I feel like for me, the most important thing is just like expressing myself as emotionally and as passionately as possible. And I feel like sort of in our generation that's a little bit lost or a little bit in the background. and the forefront being, things that are a little more what appeals to the audience or something like that. And for me, obviously, I want to appeal to an audience, but I want it to be from a place where they like, I understand that, and that's what I've been trying to say this whole time.
Mm. You understand what exactly?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, never mind.
You mean like, like trying to understand, yeah, like, okay, so what I'm saying is like they hear whatever it is that I say, it resonates with them, and they're like, that's what I've been trying to say myself this whole time, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So do you write your music with your audience in mind?
It starts off personal, and then I think, there are plenty of things that I'm sure everyone goes through, and, like heartbreak and stuff like that. And I feel like that resonates with a lot of people, and those are the things that seem to be like easiest for me to write about because, those things are impactful and they happen to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I know that when I listen to music, that is one of my favorite things as well. Is a lot of times artists can say things that I'm feeling, I just can't articulate quite as well as them.
Right.
And so that's awesome. So would you say your music is a little more lyrically weighted or musically weighted?
I feel like the thing that's most important to me is the way that it sounds first, and then the thing that comes after that is that sound is matched with something as equally as important as far as lyricism goes.
Okay, so interesting. Okay, what role do you think that our 21st century media world plays in music? Because and there's a lot of avenues that can take. For one, it's easier than ever to make and record music. That has now opened up to pretty much everyone.
For sure.
Before you actually had to get into a real studio to put something down, and now, amazing albums are recorded in people's dorm rooms all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And additionally, it's easier to reach a bigger audience. You have a lot of artists who will post something on YouTube and kind of blow up. And not to answer my own question too much, but do you think that like the media world we live in has changed the music scene a lot? And do you think that was for the better or the worse?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes both ways because the thing that's most important is that the growth of music is larger than it has ever been because there are so many ways to, express yourself, and it's so easy nowadays. With that, obviously, comes great stuff and bad stuff, because it's easily accessible now. And yeah, I mean, I appreciate the fact that everyone that is creative is doing their best to express themselves, and I really appreciate the time that we live in right now because it's super easy to do that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah. So I think a kind of basic question, but one that I always find really interesting, is what artists do you listen to that really resonate with you? You listen to over extended periods of time.
Since I've been a kid, the one that has stuck with me the most is Kings of Leon. I like their sound, and I always felt like their lead singer had like a sort of passion to him that I really aspired to have. Outside of that, James Blake is really good. He's very great with his lyricism, and he's very experimental in his music making, and that's another thing that like I appreciate from him. That he like tries a bunch of different avenues, and it just works out really well for him. And a lot of old blues for me is really good. I appreciate like there's soul not only like in the vocals, but there's also soul in the guitar and stuff like that, and I like that dynamic.
That's cool. So we're gonna paint a picture of 10 years from now. You're a big name musician. Everyone knows Dawson. Everyone loves Dawson.
Okay.
And what do you tell yourself, now? What do you want to tell your future self from this moment?
Stay true to what you believe in. That's what would be the main thing. And I guess what that is that I want to make music that isn't is for myself to express myself, but is also applicable to other individuals, and not that it is made for consumption. It's made for like thought. You know what I'm saying? Like some Socrates type philosophy.
Exactly.
Food for thought.
So, okay, so in regards to your audience, is there a central message that you try to get across in your music? Maybe a theme through it, or is each song very standalone?
I mean, I think that they all can be different, but I think one thing that makes a lot of sense to me is that, like, you're not alone in whatever it is that you feel. So long as something resonates with you, you know that there's someone else that has also felt that.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, so last thing, anything that we can be looking out for from you in the
Um,
future?
Yeah, I'm trying to write a full-length album, and I don't know when it's gonna come, but I'm having some good progress on it, and I already know the name. It's gonna be called D&D Roar.
Ooh, there we go. You heard it here first. Breaking news live.
Exclusive access, ladies and gentlemen. Exclusive access.
Very cool. All right, well, thank you so much for playing on the show, and it was good.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Mm.
it.
Oh, wait, I do have one more question.
Okay.
Why do you hate jean jackets?
I don't hate jean
Ah.
jackets. I'll explain that to you. I was laughing because I was sitting up here and these two ladies came up in jean jackets and I was like, oh no. And I was like, this isn't about you. I just want you to know that. It was more about just like
I was in the back, and I was watching, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, we've been called out.
ladies and gentlemen, this is
Shots
not a
fired,
joke.
shots fired.
No, it was just that I was trying to make a lyric that made me feel like uh, so what the song really is like about is that people who don't want to be themselves, and what I tried to say was that people want to dress a certain way sometimes, so that they are more relatable to other people, and sometimes they aren't being themselves when they're doing that. But if you like a jean jacket, fuck it, wear it.
There you go.
I have jean jackets, by the way.
They're great. Very stylish. They don't really go out of style.
No, they're the
Timeless.
best, honestly. You can wear them with jeans, without jeans.
Okay, so in the song, I think with jeans is great. You can never have too much denim.
honestly.
Um. Okay, so in the song "Posers," though, what do you want to say to those posers? Do you want to reprimand them? Do you want to enlighten them on possibly their wrongdoings, or is it just an acknowledgement that
for me
that's
it's
a problem?
For me, it's kind of just like a comedic look, but also like that. Hopefully, maybe if you may feel that way, that you want to change yourself to be yourself. I guess is the best way to say it.
Good stuff. Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Of course, thanks, man. I know. I was like, shit. These are
The jean
some
jacket one?
questions we got going on. I know. I was like, no, not the jean jacket one.
You should definitely make sure the camera's ready before you start. You were like, hey, are you good? And he was like, yeah. And then you just like, I had to. It's okay.
He can see the camera back there, so if he says it's good, then it should be good.
Well, you said if he was recording, that's what you asked. But it's okay. It was fine.
All right, that's good.
Like I had just fixed it barely.
Okay.
Are you from Waxahachie? Are you from Waxahachie or did you just like the shirt?
All right. Do you want to get Angelica and her band up on the stage? Angelica. Is that an Israeli thing? Yeah.
I don't know, like a Arabic thing maybe.
Is it? Like,
Angelica.
I don't know.
Angelica. Like what the, but like Angelica.
Gotcha.
What the Angelica? Yeah, Angelica. Angelica. You can just call me Ange.
Yeah, I'll stick with that one. Keep things simple.
Yeah. Okay. So
I know.
can you actually sit like in the middle?
Sure.
So the issue.
I'll sit in. If you move the chair over here, well,
Wait.
whatever.
Will that not look weird?
Okay, hold on. What we're trying to fix is actually the height difference because,
Yeah, I'm
like,
small.
well, it's not just that you were also the smallest chair. That's really not like.
Yeah.
Good call.
So you're tall, and so the camera shot has to be to your head, and then everyone's below you.
I can.
So can you sit in the small chair?
I'll put the chair over here though. You get in the front.
Oh. I.
Hey, you did
He's got places to be. That's all right.
Oh my gosh.
He's a busy man.
This guy.